Have you ever gotten, just really fearful, anxious, mad, but with such an intensity, right? It's like your mind's just racing at 100 miles an hour. And I wanted to talk about what's a quick, easy, simple way to slow that 100-mile-an-hour thing called my mind down, to shift myself out of intense fear, anger, hate, whatever that negativity might be. What's a quick way to do that? So I want to do that, and then I want to talk about what I'm doing and what some of the research is behind it and why it works. So if you find yourself in a negative space, for whatever the reason, and it could be negative in a fear way, it could be negative in a hate and angry way, right? It's negative. And you want to interrupt it, and you want to come back to center, you want to feel some relief, you want to feel better. So here's what you do. You can do this with your eyes open, you can do it with your eyes closed. For this moment, and I'll talk a little bit of other ways to do it, but for this moment, place your hand on your heart, and I want you to sense your breath. And I want you to sense your breath as if you're breathing into that heart space and out of that heart space. So sense the breath and sense it inside that space and out of that space. And just do it another couple of moments. Sense the breath in your heart space. Sense your breath out of your heart space. Sense it in and sense it out. And you're really sensing that space. You can place your hands on your heart to help you focus and shift your awareness here and sense your breath here. To increase the effectiveness and really slow that 100-mile-an-hour car, your mind, slow it down, shift your energy, shift your awareness, and shift yourself into a better feeling space, instead of just a simple and normal breath in and out of your heart space. Breathe a breath that your being knows how to breathe that equals all is well. And breathe that breath in this heart space and out of this heart space. So just do it with me for a couple of moments. Eyes open, eyes closed. Sense your breath in your heart space. Sense a breath in, sense a breath out. Do a couple of those, but it's a breath that equals all is well. And sense that all is well breath in and out. In this short period of time, you may already feel yourself, your mind slowing down, your being feel a little more grounded and ease or relief. But here's what's happening. When I sense my breath in my heart space, when I sense something, I'm not thinking anymore. So if my mind's racing, if I start sensing my breath in my heart, I literally interrupt the thinking. I literally am having a way to slow it down from 100 to 90 to 80. You're not going to go from 100 to 0 in a moment. But you can get it from 100 to 80 to 60, and the longer I stay with it, the more it'll keep slowing down, till I really can reach a place of wellness, stillness, ease. So when I sense my breath in my heart space, I'm not thinking, and it interrupts my thinking, and that helps me slow my racing mind down. The other thing that's happening though is as I sense my heart space, and I sense my breath, and I go to a all is well breath, I really am shifting the energy and the rhythm of my heart. When I'm fearful or when I'm anxious, my rhythm of my heart's going to be much more erratic, less coherent. As I breathe here deliberately, as I sense the breath here, and if I truly sense an all is well breath that my being already knows how to do, regardless of what's going on, I can tell it to breathe that way. Things don't have to change for me to breathe that way, but do it here and sense it. I really am shifting out of my head space to my heart space, but I'm also shifting my awareness, which is my consciousness, which is energy. And as I shift, I will feel the different energy, and it's going to register as an improved emotion. Research also shows that 90% of the communication between your head, your brain, and your heart is actually from your heart to your brain, not the other way around. So as this becomes more coherent, just through my sensing, my breathing, my taking that all is well breath, I literally am improving the communication to my brain. I'm sending different information to my brain. And it immediately, within that 90-second, within that minute, within that 2 minutes, that car starts slowing down. But what's happening is that fight-flight response in that primitive part of your brain in the amygdala is really starting to chill out because my heart is giving different information. And from there, my brain starts telling my body to do different things. Your biochemistry shifts, your neurology shifts. So if you're wired for anxiety, or even if you're wired for anger, like those are quick defaults for you, when you notice them, bring my awareness here, sense my breath, sense that all is well breath, sense it in and out of my heart center, you start rewiring yourself. That's just a habit. That's why it goes so quick. That's why you go 0 to 100 in a minute or less. But I can train, I can interrupt that. I can rewire myself. So as I breathe here, and I sense it, and I stay in this heart space, I change the rhythm of my heart. It starts sending different information and communicating differently to my brain. And then my whole system starts shifting. But I'm also shifting awareness and consciousness, and I'm shifting energy. I will notice it as an improved emotional sense. I'll feel better. I'll feel relieved. I'll feel some ease, a sense of peace, well-being. Now, all that sense of well-being, it's already there. It's just not being noticed because you're caught up in the fear or the anxiety. As that gets interrupted, the natural state of well-being, which is with you always, just resurfaces, or it's more accurate that you just start sensing it again and tapping into it again. It never left. It's just been, you haven't been, we haven't been present, and now we are, and we sense it again. So, when you sense your breath in your heart space, you interrupt thought because you're not thinking, you're sensing. It's like I can sense a person next to me. I'm not thinking that, I'm sensing that. As I breathe in all is well breath, I start sending a whole different level of information and communication throughout my being. And I really am shifting my energy. I really am shifting the rhythm of my heart. Another thing you can do to up your game, I'm actually sitting on the ground outside. Research shows that the Earth has an electromagnetic frequency that equals the frequency of a coherent heart. So being here, being in nature, sitting literally on the ground, helps me utilize that energy of the Earth and helps my heart get in sync and get more coherent. And it does help me ground and center and chill out. So give that a try. You can slow down that racing mind that happens when we're caught up in fear or angst or even the other hate, whatever the negativity is. So one more time, just a quick sense of your heart space, but a sensing of your breath in and out of that space. Then go from a sensing breath to an all is well breath. And then if you can do it outside, even better. One more thing, you can be in the middle of a meeting and notice you've been thrown off. Or on a call, or in the middle of a conversation, you got an email, I don't know, whatever. Without anyone knowing what you're doing while you're in that meeting, for example, you could, with your eyes open, start sensing your heart, sensing your breath, sensing that all is well breath, and you'll start within really 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, shifting the rhythm of your heart, which starts sending different communication to your brain. So, hope that helps. Use it. Try it out for yourself. Let me know how it goes.